Happy time zone, everyone. Hi, Tracy. Happy time zone, everyone. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. And tonight we got another Crosskeys match for you. This is game 2 of Zelda versus Specks in the quarterfinals. I got Tracy and Adirondack Rick here to do the talking. Rocky and I are going to track. And yeah, I'm going to hand it off to them.
Jumping the gun, aren't we, Tracy?
Yeah, I just had a little technical issue. It just took a refresh. We're all good now. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, so we got game number 2 between Zelda and Specky. Two very highly regarded members of the community. Zelda coming in with a 1-0 series lead in this best of 3 series. And just like it is in week number 1, or not week number 1, in game number 1 of this, we are playing raw, unadulterated Crosskeys today, Tracy.
I mean, I always say it. You could take all the settings off, but it's still Crosskeys, and Crosskeys still does things. So that's what's great about Crosskeys. Like, no two seeds have ever been alike. I mean, you know what I mean. When it's some 7-7 open, have you ever played a seed? You're like, yeah, I've played this seed before. I mean, it's not the same seed, but you know, like, yeah, I know how this is gonna go. No, Crosskeys doesn't do that. So let's
So Specky needs a win here to stay alive. One of the runners who went 6-1 during the course of the Swiss stage of the tournament. Specky, they only lost in week number 1 to a certain Adirondack Rick in a game that really came down to where the boots were and whether or not you were going to the mirror in the right spot to find said boots. Zelda, I believe their only loss was to the 6 or 7-0 runner in this tournament. One of the 7-0s. Wasn't that Gem?
Jammo was the 7-0 runner.
Oh, Jammo, yes, that's right. All right, we're underway as we start off in the village.
Yeah, no bombs, so we're not going to be able to grab the back of escape right away. Maps and $20. Not interesting right now.
Yeah, we get
More
the brewery with 20 in there as well. Both runners are going in different directions, so this will be fun.
Zelda wanted the bomb. In fact, oh my goodness.
There we go.
Could just gone there or here.
Yeah,
front of Turtle Rock. You can farm a few bombs, get some magic. See how many bombs he decides. Okay, so he's just gonna go maybe just 2, because then you can do back of escape. You can do the bomb hunt here.
Yeah, trying to get the 50-50 gets it on the second try.
Now you get the 50-50 when you have bombs already. That's usually how that works. And the well behind the hammer. Okay, that's not a terrible spot. You do have to remember to go back there, but it's not behind either of the Agas, so that's a good thing.
So we've seen Waterfall Ferry was one of the caves that we've seen already here.
Yep.
We also saw Bonk Rocks and the brewery.
There's Hyrule Castle. I'd like to have a weapon for that. 2 bombs is not going to do it.
6 is pressing your luck.
We had a bottle, we could buy a bee. That would help us. No, we wouldn't do that. The first time I see a runner buy a bee for a bottle in a randomizer will be the first time, and probably the last.
I will be astonished if we have somebody buying a bee in a non-shop sanity seed.
That's fair. Shop sanity does weird things. Okay, so Zelda wants to get this item out of desert. We'll probably check the torch as well. I don't know that he's going to do entrances yet.
I think in this case you do, given the fact that Hyrule Castle is where it is, you at least find out that this goes either to the middle or to the left after scanning the torch. I think you'll do the left.
Yeah, it's pretty typical. Do the left here if you're going to do one or the other.
Oh.
Oh, hi, Fire Rod. We're just going to take a death. We're not going to check an exit. But Fire Rod, knowing that we're going to get, I was about to say we're going to get boots. No guarantee Fire Rod's required. That does not guarantee boots, but it does make them much more likely that you'll need that Fire Rod and thus the boots to get it.
Thief Sound located at the library.
4 items here. Small key to Castle Tower. We haven't seen Ganon yet. That's always a little scary, seeing those Castle Tower keys.
And we've only seen 2 drop downs so far, so we have a lot of possibilities.
Sure do.
I thought that fire snake was going to get Specks there.
Good job dodging that.
All right, Zelda coming down here the same way. We get a small key to Turtle Rock as Zelda checks out. We have a Gina over here.
Yeah, Turtle Rock small
High
keys.
Roll Castle. Hooray!
Useless maps. Let's go. Turtle Rock keys have a lot of logic to them. If you can get to all the entrances, you only really need one, and that's only if you're going to kill Trinex. We don't know if that's going to be a pendant or a crystal. Now, 342 that Zelda got in Desert, though, is going to let him do the bottle vendor when he saves and quits again. So at least there's that.
All right, so Zelda going to do what we just saw from Specky. Get the Castle Tower small, get the Turtle Rock small, and the other 2 not as essential items in these first 4.
We hope the Castle Tower small keys aren't essential items.
Right, but you still might need it to get to the second chest still.
Yeah, the first one is not bad. It's the second one that really starts getting scary. Race game, bombs. Probably not picking those up unless we're desperate for bombs at the point we're in that area.
Yeah, so right now
And
I think
even then, maybe
Specky's
not.
going to check the back 3 of Escape.
Yeah.
It's the best opportunity to do so, and you just did a save and quit, so if it turns out that these are not essential items, you could get that bomb back if you so desire. All right, back 3 of Escape. Nothing, more nothing, and
That's a lot of nothing.
a whole lot of nothing, but we just saved, so we're going to keep that bug catching that.
I mean, it's not that big a deal to go ahead and save right now. Unless Mini Moldrum Cave shows up, we have enough bombs in 3 versus 4. I'm not sure I'd want to do Mini Moldrum Cave unless I have 5 or 6. Although 3 at a minimum is enough.
You have to get lucky. Obviously, you have to get lucky if you're going to try to do it with 3. Hope that the RNG works out into your favor. And we know how those Mini Moldorms operate. They don't care what you have in your inventory. They are going to give you the worst RNG possible. All right, so Magic Bat located at the castle.
All right, so we can't do that anytime soon. So no harm in peeking that first.
And there's our Mini Moldorm Cave,
Yeah,
Tracy.
Specks not even going to try it on 3 bombs. Zelda might try it on 5 because you get a couple extras.
Yeah, 5, I can see you doing it. 3, again, you are asking yourself to be lucky and not get shut out. Like, for instance, if you find Hype Cave here, where one bomb would lead you to something. And here's a case example of why it comes down to luck, and I don't think this is going to... Oh, we do have Paradox. So another case of where you want the bomb.
Yeah, but here you can buy bombs.
But you still need a bomb to buy a bomb.
Oh, he's 0? He's a 3. He can go buy bombs.
Right. But still, if you wound up using your supply of bombs...
Oh, yeah, no, you have to say the 3 is not going to be enough. Just go buy the bombs. And unless you're just going to commit to just getting the items and just try not to die. Like, that's also an option.
Mini Moldorm Cave had nothing for Zelda, and...
There did the bottle vendor. Interesting choice for Specks to pick up the heart when there's 2 heart pots in this room here. But, I mean, money's not going to be an issue for a long time. It's just early on. Oh, nice compasses. We don't care about those. So far, the most interesting thing that we've seen is the fire rod that we can't get yet.
One down here, trying to get the other two. There we go. Beautiful hit on that second. Get a small key to the Palace of Darkness bow as well, and a
That was
quake.
interesting. Okay, so now the most interesting thing we've gotten is a bow.
That gives us an actual weapon.
Gives us a weapon. So front of escape suddenly becomes a much better play. Oh.
And we have our access to the floating island now.
Shame we don't have a mirror yet, but we'll know where that is later. And GT. I'm a little surprised we don't... Yeah, he didn't... Oh, hi, Saha. Can't do anything here. Yeah, what a sequence... I'm surprised, yeah, it didn't sequence break the Hope chest, but... Okay.
Well,
that 100 rupees. Yeah, that 100 rupees represents bottle vendor for Specks, so makes sense to grab that.
So checkerboard now. Click to stop our list.
So I'm also gonna buy bombs.
Yeah. Totally makes sense. And here goes Specky to get disappointed with Mini Moldorm Cave.
5-item caves are never disappointing. What are you talking about? No, I'm kidding.
So our 3 entrances to Paradox Cave includes Lake Hylia. Then we had the potion shop, which removes that nasty Spear 1 out of the way entrance. And then up onto the floating island.
Ooh, nice bombs.
Beautiful done right there for Zelda. All right, so after getting nothing out of the Mini Moldorm Cave, looks like Specky's got the desire to check the north end of the world. Actually, no, this is probably dead. Okay, we still got more CAC to check.
I think between the two of them, they've seen the caves to CAC, but
Right, we've already seen everything in Kakariko Village. I just didn't realize Specky didn't get everything in Cac Village yet.
Right. I think at this point Zelda's seen everything, but I'm not sure.
Yes.
Specks definitely has now. I think definitely has now seen everything. It's going to go north. They're probably going to converge here at some point.
Tower of Hera, located at the fortune teller. We do know it is a crystal, thanks to that C in the upper left corner.
Arrows and arrows. Okay, well. A lot of nothing. Item behind the glove is a key. Ganon is in the woods. The key in the forest is Mystery Mire. Okay, we might need that. Might not. Zelda's gonna find the arrows in Tower of Hera. Yeah, I mean, that's actually, for the most part, that's not a good spot for the old man. But at the very end of the game, when you're going to Ganon, you can save and quit there.
Yeah.
And go right to Ganon, so that's kind of nice.
All right, Useless Fairy or the... Yeah, it's Useless Fairy, so... Lost Woods Thief is at Pyramid.
1 item behind Aga 2. Potion Shop, also near... somewhat near that start spot. It's not a bad thing to have.
So now we see these 2 runners once again doing the checks that the other has done.
Yeah, at this point, we're either going to have to... Well, we could go to the eastern area. The eastern area is nice because it's the one area at the beginning of the game that you're going to do that doesn't have anything to lift. so you can go there without gloves and not be punished. We have connectors we can take, both Hyrule Castle and Desert connectors. So yeah, we have choices, but nothing really obvious to do as the next play here.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Zelda choose to do the old man connector there after checking these two entrances. Because this is the end of the route.
Yeah, if this is the end of the route, absolutely. I mean, it is one of the easier dark caves to navigate through. But that bow is the only interesting thing we've gotten. We haven't found Pod yet. Pod would be interesting because we have the bow and a small key, but that's about it. That's not much else to write home about.
Yeah, and Zelga's doing exactly what I thought. Gonna go check this as the connector, see where the old man exit is.
Small key on the island.
Good to know. We have a small key at the lumberjack spot there, the item located at the sanctuary. Oh.
Okay, that's a spot that exists.
And that too is a spot that exists, Tracy.
The back of the old man going out to the so-called dark shopping mall. The Dark World Ice Rod Cave area that's normally accessible only by flippers. And Moon Pearl and like Dark World access, but
yep. Now we know that it's accessible by lamp and Moon Pearl. Hey, Pendant Ice Palace.
Oh baby,
can't do anything about that Ice Palace.
Cannot do anything there right now. So I'm gonna do a little bit of splash delete so we can check the man under the bridge. See if he does anything else after this. Small key to Skull Woods.
Skull Woods.
A very uninteresting key. It's good for routing. It means you don't have to steal the key to go. You know, if you find the front of Skull Woods first, and as opposed to the connector, you don't have to go steal the key from the connector and come back. But really, beyond that,
hoping it would be a useful key.
Yeah, beyond that, it's a time-saving key. That's all it is. Cleaner routing.
All right, Flute 5 is where the breadsmith is.
Well, if we get a flute, that's great. If we don't get a flute, that's terrible.
All right, I know this will be to head south because that's really our only option at this point is to head south.
Head south or take the connectors of Hyrule Castle and Desert. I would tend to do these checks first, though.
I don't know what frustrated Specky about that statue, but definitely took some aggression out there. Misplaced bomb or misthrown bomb. I know that's the story, but I have a story and I'm going to stick with it.
On the other hand, we do have Hyrule Castle. Neither one of them has gone into getting the items at Hyrule Castle. Of course, the second two, not in logic. We don't really care because we do have access to the back, so the small key is just a logic thing, not a hard required thing. But one of those items is in logic and could be something important. That first item.
Yeah, and when that item is actually required, it definitely can make things interesting, especially when it comes to I want to wait before I actually do it. And now time for Zelga to head southbound. And really the only difference between these two right now is the...
Oh.
There's your boots. So there's
Nice.
the fire rod.
Alright, there's an interesting item. Hope Zelda goes the west and not the east. I think more runners, if they're going to orphan one of those lift rocks, it's more common to go for the orphaning of the one over at the Ice Rod Cave. There's just more ways to get back to that one. This one, this one is not that hard to get back to with the flute and or boots or, the glove. like ideally, especially Zelda knows where that old man exit is. With a mirror, you just go there anytime he wants, especially once he rescues the old man.
And here goes Becky into Desert. Doesn't know that this is the fire rod. That was really, I was about to say, that was the main difference between these two from a speed standpoint.
Yep.
Was that Zelda did explore this desert to get the rupees and also the fire rod knowledge.
Right.
And Zelda is going this direction, taking exactly what you just said in regards to which way is better to go, or which one you want to kind of leave off.
I don't think Zelda has seen the connector over to the floating island yet.
No,
It's one of the paradox.
Yeah, because Zelda came out the paradox middle and chose to do the useless fairy drop down. All right, both runners can run.
Yay running.
And nice, very fun exit there for Desert left.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Actually, you know what? It's kind of a shame. Like if Zelda had taken that like we had thought he might, that would have gotten the boots right away. He wouldn't have been able to go right back in for the fire rod, but there's no glove to lift that rock.
You would save and quit and get that fire rod.
Yes, you would.
ASAP. All right, here we
Yes,
go.
you would.
Hyrule Castle check for Specky.
Yeah, now that you've got a bow, you've got a fire rod, you've got options on how to deal with this. The fire rod makes even doing Dark Cross pretty easy, though in entrance mode, not in logic.
All right, here's our one in logic check as Zelda probably puts out a chuckle in about that exit there for Desert. And probably goes, I should have had those a moment sooner.
Yeah, I would have been really early for him to have gotten those boots if he had taken that exit.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a shame.
Zelda know it was only about a difference of about, I'd say, 90 seconds at most.
Yeah, something like that. And he's going to join Specks in Hyrule Castle.
Lamb is behind Hyrule Castle Small.
Oh, that's funny. I guess we're going to do Dark Cross for sure now. There's no reason not to do it if you have a lamp. Although I fully expect both these runners would have done it with just the fire rod, or even not even use the fire rod. Now it's free.
Just a correction for what Chad is putting down. Dark Cross is not in logic just
It's
yet
not
because
in
of the Hyrule
logic.
Castle connection.
I mean, we might get that Hyrule Castle small key super late, and then it's never going to be anything. But the lamp is when you already have the fire rod, the lamp I tend to classify as a luxury item. Obviously, if you're at this level in this game, you're going to be able to do dark rooms and not have to use that lamp. But it is nice. It is faster not to have to do them. So
Specky tried to stun the guard. Unfortunately, got the guards attract the invisible sprite, I guess. What do you call it? The hitbox. That's what I mean. The vision cone. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. All right.
just 20 rupees.
Yeah, we knew that could not be the Hyrule Castle Small for the reason of the lamp location. All right, Zelda going to get this 20 rupees, put him at 342 compared to Specks 434. And that difference is the checkerboard 100 that Specky got in DDM.
We now get to knock off the K45 entrance from our list of things to do.
Darn, I
Not
so badly wanted to see it.
We'll see if this other exit does anything. And if it doesn't, there's still Desert Main we haven't gone through. I'll tell you what that lamp does do.
Hi.
Oh, hi, top of as we get rid of all the mirror spots. But that one thing that lamp does do that is not insignificant. It does make the death warp a lot easier when you can actually see the enemies.
Hey, there's another
Ooh,
5-item
five-item
cave.
cave. Surely this 5-item cave has something.
Okay, here we go. It is time for nothing.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Nothing.
We got a glove.
More nothing. And even more nothing. Hush, that was nothing. You didn't see the glove there.
I saw a glove. I also saw a pod small key, which is two practically
More
does
nothing!
a ton.
More
Okay,
nothing.
Your favorite big key, Rick, the one that Ice Palace big key. Logically required if we have to. Well, I was gonna say hopefully logically not required because ice is a pendant.
You see, I told you there's nothing in here. Absolutely nothing. We just got nothing, just like it was in the mini Moldorm cave.
To answer chat, no, I wouldn't rush ice here.
Oh yeah, I definitely would not rush ice at this stage. I'd hold out just a little bit longer to see where that hammer is, and then just cry when it turns out to be in Ice Palace because this game sucks.
It's not just a hammer, but also like a cane or a hook shot. You know, there's not a lot we can do in there with just the fire rod.
All right, so
Back to the lift rocks.
makes sense. Now you've got those 5 entrances open to you if you are Specky over here. Alright, well, that's nothing. And we are not even going to dash over to Mini Moldorm Cave. We're just going to go and head up to the north, I guess. And Zelga will be the first one to show us what is at the Death Mountain Climb Cave. Or Bonk Rocks, or both.
Bonk rocks first.
Hookshot Cave.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that.
And who wants to LOL when we find out that that hookshot is in that first chest?
Been a while since I've seen the hook shot in that chest, but you know, it's always fun when it is.
I capitalized the first 2 letters of that, Tracy. That was a big key. It's the big key to Hera.
Which we
Hera not
can't
beatable
beat
yet.
because we don't have a sword or a hammer. But hey, we can get another 2 chests. Anybody for a quadruple dip Tower of Hera? Because the small key, you know, is going to come up in a dumb spot.
Is it too late to ask for another COCOM?
You know how much I hate the Hera small key. Worst key in the game.
I know, and I do not want to think about a quad dip of the Tower of Hera. All right, Zelga going to get some Zora money.
Or in logic now with that glove, so this makes sense. Gonna stop 3 rupees short, but surely there are 3 rupees between here and there.
Nah. We're now going to find out what is over here at the first chest, maybe. Alright, what is in this very first chest? It is the big key to Eastern Palace.
Oh, what is this? Zelga playing, and he's gonna fight whenever it's gonna be a fully in logic Eastern Palace with a bow and even a lamp and a big key. Like what?
And the Dark Link Bonk Rocks no longer needs to be checked.
Zelga's gonna do some checking out of this Dark World. I mean, in some sense, just you're knocking off some of this early bunny walking. But it's slow, and you have boots, so it doesn't feel good. Back at Desert.
Green Pendant Desert, which Zelga does not know yet.
Also, no big key. I mean, I think you just do that if you have a big key. Oh, Mr.
Meyer! Which is accessible thanks to the boots that we have. But Specks wants nothing of it.
Yeah, that first wizard room, we have bow and we have fire rod, so you can do it, and it is in logic. But
it's a pain in the you-know-what.
Yes, exactly. We'd rather have at least a fighter sword for that room.
I mean, you have fire rods, so it's not as horrible if you can get the timing down, but it's still a pain in the you-know-what.
Yep, sure is.
All right. Look at the commerce going on around here. All these bomb purchases.
I'm not used to this many bomb purchases in this game. What is...
My Bob finds the Bob dead. This K45. Game is silly, Tracy.
It is.
All right, so now where do we go from here is the question.
Well, we still have a few connectors. Both runners have some connectors that the others seen. Specks is going to do more of Hera.
Yep, we're going to check those 2 items that are in Logic and Crystal Hera.
I hope we get a sword or a hammer.
I mean, that would be extremely nice.
Would be the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
so I was thinking about it.
Yeah, both runners did the juke there like they wanted to. All right, so again, 2 items are in Logic up here on this 4th floor. Can't do Moldorm without a swingy or a hammer. And we don't get one there. Do we get one here? No, we do not. So, Specks yielding a little bit of time should Zelda not come back until said swing device shows up.
I mean, if it were me, I'd be waiting as long as I could before going back into Hera to avoid that, you know.
Yeah.
I won't say it again.
I think we do need to go into Meyer. So it looks to me, based on the choices, now we never saw where Desert Middle goes, so that's still a possibility. Correct. But we have the items here that are in Meyer. Also, another possibility is what that glove gives you via Zora.
And the worst possibility is we do have access to Floating Island, and it is in Logic to go to the west side of Dark Death Mountain there. Now, you're bunny walking, so it's not going to be the thing you're going to do first by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a thing that can be done.
All right, both runners inside Misery Mire. Here's the question. Is there something in here?
Probably. Question is what? Are we going to get another breadcrumb, or are we going to get like a moon pearl or a glove to actually give us... not glove. I guess mitts would do things. A hammer would do more.
So,
Sword would
mostly
be nice.
The runners have done the same thing, except for Speckies has checked DDM, which is where Paradox Bottom came out.
Right.
That is maybe the biggest difference right now, is the knowledge that GT and also Sahasrara are on DDM.
And with a mirror, he gets an item on the actual Floating Island.
Mm-hmm. All right. Both runners choosing just to get the key. Now check over the left side of Meyer, locked behind 3 keys, which we've seen none of so far, is the big key to GT.
Not exciting.
It's interesting, though.
Yeah,
it's not exciting, but it's interesting.
Yeah, the main point being here is that you might be a little more hesitant to do a GT climb until you actually have some Meyer small keys.
Ooh, you don't want to do that, Specks. Taking a 4 heart damage from the Wizrobe hug.
Yeah, and that is true. We can climb. It's so far out of Logic, it's not even funny, because we need a moon pearl, but Bunny Revive is a thing.
A moon pearl, 4 or rather 3 small keys to Meyer at this point in time.
No hook shots, you can't hover. Nobody's climbing, let's just say. Nobody's climbing.
So we have seen nothing in here, just to answer Tomel Tech, one of our trackers, also the restreamer for this race. Except for the GT Big Key. That's the only thing we have seen. Small key!
The
Pod.
pod's small. You know, pod, if you
Okay,
show up,
there's the death.
if you decide to make yourself visible, pod, we could do something with those 3 pod small keys in the bow.
So, unfortunate death here, which is going to cost Specky just a little bit of time here due to having to redo this Mire 2.
Yeah, I think he only has the spike chest left, which...
Spike chest in the compass, not compass, the map chest.
Okay. Right, because you do those at the same time. And you have to, I mean, the spike chest, funny enough, is the only chest in the game that has, or only spot in the game where there's heart logic. There has to be a heart available before you get that. It is possible to use some, like, bomb iframes and still get it. I've seen clips of people doing funny things to do it. But, yeah. Hey, there's your first Mire small key. That's fun. Oh.
Kinda good,
okay.
But nothing in Mire.
I mean, that pod small key could be pointing us to something in the future. It really doesn't do anything for us right now. We need a 4th one to add to logic, and we haven't even found pod anyway.
All right, so we do have the option of going to Ice Palace to check to see what's in there initially. Zelga's going to go take this down to the bottom. We'll get to see that this is DDM. And there's the refill for Specks, and we are done. So, Ice Palace, either some sick form of bunny walking, Zora. I think those are our options right now.
Do we still have another connector out of desert?
Yes, we have the desert middle.
Okay, so none of those sound great. Zelga's gonna peek the torch out. Yeah, because Specks, when he came here, didn't peek anything. He's gonna... Yeah, I think this is worth getting the bottle. Because you never know when you're gonna run into Sick Kid. So you come back down here, grab that bottle, and then go do Hope Room.
Yeah. Okay, I was worried about that fireball, but... Yeah, getting that bottle is nice.
We'll see, maybe he doesn't get the bottle. I would grab it. A magic refill when you need it is nice, but also the fact it's key to GT, nice. A useless compass. Yeah, okay, he's not... Well, he's got the other... Yeah, okay, he's gonna go grab the bottle. If this were bottle 2, then I wouldn't expect him to grab it.
Yeah. You always want to get that bottle 1, just in case.
Yeah, it would feel really bad to, like, we know it's not, but it's the next entrance for Sick Kid, which is a place a Moon Pearl can be in the Dark World, and not have the bottle. Like, you just feel silly.
It's always fun when that turns out to be the case. Alright, Specky, checking. We'll see the waterfall cave entrance. Obviously won't be able to do anything here.
Yeah, you just hope it's nothing that you never have to come back. It's not nothing.
Well...
I mean, you don't have to rush back to it unless you get to a point where you're specifically looking for connectors. More likely you're going to find the other side to it and just be like, okay, never have to think about this again.
Yep, unless it's one of your force outs.
But it is unfortunate. Ideally, you see that and you're just like, yeah, I never have to worry about that again. And it's just nothing.
We do have a key on the Zora ledge.
We have a bow. We can splash delete. I fully expect to see splash delete.
All right, Zora. Nothing. There we go. Splash delete finished off, and Zelga gets into here, finds out that it is Dark Chapel. It's absolutely nothing. And that small key is a Thieves Small.
Okay, that's the small key you want to have before you actually do Thieves Town. Nice splash delete from the island there from Zelda to be able to do these same things. Gonna have to do another splash delete.
All right, Specky's going to ice.
Yeah, Ice Palace. When the game gives you things for Ice Palace, it's not a surprise when Ice Palace has things. It would have been nice to have a hookshot or a Cane of Samaria or a hammer or a sword before coming here.
Yeah, but the game said absolutely not. You're getting nothing, and you're going to like it.
Zelda is going to pick up that heart piece. He is going to do the splash delete. I know that I don't fully understand all the ins and outs of splash delete, but I do know picking up the item there does kind of change things. Zelda obviously well versed in being able to deal with. Hey, look, Hyrule Castle.
Our lamp is now in
Our
logic,
lamp
Tracy.
is now in logic. Yay! I know that was the thing that we all needed to have happen.
So Specks just left Ice Palace. I am guessing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a little surprised.
I'm wondering if it's something to do with the equipment numbers here, but yeah, bomb picked up right there. Probably. That's. My thought was bomb quantity in order to do everything you wanted to do, especially when you had to do that second Penegator. Zelga's going to go check that desert middle exit for both of us. And, right, Specs never checked this, so we'll find out the old man back entrance is something that's not going to really help Specs at this point. Oh. There's your foresight.
Okay. Okay, so I imagine Zelda's skipping the blue mail for now. Can get it anytime. This is going to be... Because at some point you're going to come back with a mirror. And once you have a mirror, then picking up the blue mail isn't going to affect anything. So I think that's what the plan. You pick it up when you have a mirror.
Yeah, but at this point, when you don't have the mirror, you do not want the blue mail. You want to be able to do the death abilities faster, especially since these two runners are playing this without the mirror scroll turned on.
Yep, exactly. We're gonna do... Okay, we're gonna do some Analogic Skull Woods. Not a huge fan of this, but it is a very dense bit of items.
And Spec is gonna find this desert middle as well.
Let's see what he does with it. We still have more items in ice, so it's really interesting that Specs went ahead and just did the one check in ice, and then said, you know what, let's do this instead.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that Specky didn't like the current bomb count. You only get the one bomb before you have to blast that hole, and then you're going to use the bomb on the Staphos. Yep. And probably was just like, I don't have enough bombs to do everything I want to do in here.
Yeah, it can be problematic if you don't have enough bombs. And then, you wouldn't bomb jump, do the Ice Palace bomb jump at this point, really.
Yeah.
Wait,
whoa!
What just that? What was that? I have never seen that before. Apparently it's called Bunny Pocket. It's like incoherent. It's a new one too. Yeah, everybody else knows about this. I have not seen that before.
My question is where are these things mentioned so that we know that this is a thing? Because I will be honest, this is the first time I've ever seen this.
Yeah, I've never seen it before either. Really neat. Just allows you to check that one entrance, and you don't have to worry about it now anymore. Let's see.
But kudos on thinking about that. Overworld glitches.
Oh, see, neither of us plays overworld glitches. Okay, see, there you go. There you go. I need to start watching that tournament more.
confronted by the always great Malmo.
Right, Zelga's gonna stop at the. Yeah, not gonna. Just gonna do the Skull Wood stuff. And I think we saw Sick Kid on Spec side, but he doesn't have the bottle. Zelda has the bottle and didn't go into that entrance. So that's a little unfortunate. Zelda's gonna bet on Ice Palace though.
And I feel like that's the right decision to make because obviously we got more on this side of this dungeon that we did not get to see via Specks.
Zelda only has 3 bombs, so I mean that's enough to do the things you need to do. But you're not going to bomb jump anyway. It's not ideal because, like you said, the pen gators are. Yeah, so let's see what he ends up doing here. Yeah, no, this isn't going to work. He's using bombs right here. He's not going any further.
Nice combo. Yeah, we're gonna figure something else to do for the next Penegator room. Eastern found.
Yeah, full clearable, Crystal Eastern Palace.
Out of logic, of course, because we don't have the Moon Pearl, but at this point, Speckies does not care.
Didn't say anything about logic. Yeah, full clearable, though. You're just going to do it. You're not going to get a Moon Pearl out of it. You are going to get a Crystal. All right, Zelda with 2 bombs. Let's see how this works out for him.
Village of Outcasts is where Eastern Palace is. I didn't get to see necessarily what.
All right, we're good now. With a bomb to spare. Yeah, as expected, Zelda not going to bother with the bomb jump. Even if you do get the hammer here, it is a pendant dungeon, so you don't really feel bad about not finishing it. Plus, your equipment to actually finish it is pretty rotten.
Flippers. In Eastern.
I mean, I would say that we're not going to find a Moon Pearl behind the flippers now, but I think we already knew that because I think we've all done all the flipper stuff.
Yes, we have.
I just learned that it takes 4 arrows to kill a pen gator. Also, I just learned that the boomerang damages them. I did not know that either. Here we go.
With 6 arrows to spare.
Small key to Turtle Rock.
That gets a complete yay out of me.
I know, right? The shovel!
Oh, yay! Oh, ain't that such beautiful stuff here?
Small
Another
key
pod.
Small. Okay, that puts pod stuff in the back in logic. That is a
hammer in Eastern.
Oh, that's a nice find. And will iced tea be the answer, as it often likes to have dumb stuff?
And Cane Burna. Alright, well, alright, what's on the shovel?
I mean, that's got to be your next check if you're Zelda. You went all the way through Ice Palace, and that's the thing you got. So you got to check it.
Meanwhile, Specks getting ready to finish off our first dungeon of this seed. Out of logic Eastern, but it's still a dungeon beat.
That hammer also allows him to finish Hera whenever he wants.
All right, what does this shovel yield? Is ice good for something? No, it's good for nothing.
Yeah. And we got a pod small key. It's not nothing, but it's close to nothing. It's close to nothing. Good Armos kill for Specks.
And now, unfortunately, Zelga's going to get the time that Specky gave by a trip up to the 4th floor of ice.
Or Hera.
Or Hera, rather. Whatever this location is here on your map.
It's a dungeon that's annoying.
It's a dungeon that has a C next to its name.
Yep. A little unfortunate because if Zelda had stayed in the Dark World, he would have had that hammer and would have been able to single dip.
Responding to Jay Coper, I can't be the only one who's 100% expecting progression there. I was expecting something there too. Old man rescue.
This
is in logic, Tracy.
Totally is in logic. Is our old man holding our moon pearl?
Uh-huh. Plus, this gets us all the entrances on this side of the mountain, too.
Sure does.
All right, old man, what do you got for us? You're gonna have to walk around now. No, never mind. You got the spot.
Just a heart piece.
Just our piece off there. We did find Hyrule Castle Small, so that is the lamp is in logic.
And Zelda finally going back into the Dark World.
Sick Kid, right there in the mountain.
Well, that's where Sick Kid was. Never mind. Specks doesn't have the bottle yet, so if that's the moon pearl, that is a problem for Specks. Unless a bottle.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find another
bottle.
You're gonna have to find another bottle somewhere.
Yep.
Hey, it's Connector City up here on the mountain.
Just what you want.
Which one do you choose? All right, Zelda doing the bunny walking now, which... More connectors, because why not?
Yeah, and the rough part is you want to do Super Bunny because it's 2 items, but also you don't want to do it because it's a one-way. So it's kind of awful. Ice Rod.
Ice Rod, nice location for that. Graveyard Ledge.
Item. Got an item here. Small key to desert. Okay.
Oh. more side quests.
Bomb shop. Terra and Pod. Okay.
And Pod. So we do need to find Pod at some point in time. All right, we're gonna choose Super Bunny with 2.
Yeah, like I said, tough choice here because obviously you'd ideally want to do something you can come back from, but this is 2 items, so it's kind of hard to say no. Yeah.
Unknown connector location.
All right, Zelda smartly waits that bunny beam out. If you take damage when you get hit by the bunny beam, when you're doing a bunny revive, you're then stuck and you have to start over.
Nothing Super Bunny. Could the connector be what the answer is? It is...
Nope.
Oh, the force out at
and the worst,
exit.
And the worst part is you can't even just mark that off because it's possible that you get a mirror and then you have to mirror in that exact location. So it's kind of an awful spot. not what you wanted to find if you're Specks.
But of course we know where the floating island is, so we have other ways of doing this. But we're going to take the hammer and find out what the 5 items are here at the well.
Won't be a moon pearl.
If it's a moon pearl, we have bigger questions, Tracy.
I know, right? A shield.
Because then we need a lift upgrade and the mirror to show up somewhere.
Cape.
All right, here
Yeah,
goes
Zelda's
Zelga.
turn
This
for-
is where the
for
hammer was. Oh, don't tell me that all 3 shields are here. Never mind.
2 of them were, and there was
Yes,
nothing
they
else.
were.
Like doing Eastern for both Specks and Zelga is the perfect example of a sequence break you do not because you're like, oh yeah, I get to do a sequence break. You're doing it because it's more efficient to just do this now because you can. You don't want to have to come back to it.
Big key to Turtle Rock. Oh dear. That opens up another possibility.
Yeah, we can go further in Turtle Rock with that big key.
Actually, no, not yet. Not yet. Well, I mean, I'm
it's still behind
thinking
the Moon
about
Pearl.
I'm thinking about the chain for the Moon Pearl, obviously,
Right.
and with the left side of Turtle Rock being at the Curiosity Shop, it's not a good proposition at this point. But here we go, back out this entrance once again.
There's those flippers for Zelga. Again, don't open anything new because we've done all this. We've pretty much sequence broken all around the flippers. I guess there's one exception. There's that stupid connector. It was a connector at the waterfall that, we kind of wrote off as being not likely to be required because we'll probably find the other side first, but we don't know that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's one remaining force out.
We haven't seen TR Bridge.
No, we have seen TR Bridge.
Yeah.
The Death Mountain Descension Cave that's on top of Hyrule Castle takes you over there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The one that remains is Desert Right.
We don't really want it. I mean, you're gonna see it eventually, but yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to see it definitely. But it's the
No.
one that still remains.
We're gonna do Spiral Cave.
Such the most wonderful place in the world.
I know. I don't know who has that emote of Spiral Cave.
I don't know which one you're talking about, Tracy. What is this?
Mr. Compass.
Yeah.
Hey, we get to count Swamp Palace easily. Compass, not what we're hoping to find.
All right, so where does this go to now? We have, I think, 3 entrances in the Dark World that we can access thanks to bunny walking. Spec is going to go back to ice now with a hammer in hand.
So Zelda showed us a little bit of the South Dark World. He didn't get to everything in the South Dark World. But it is fewer entrances left for him down there.
Mm-hmm.
And going to that exit, I forget what took us there.
Hookshot Cave took us to the Dark Bonk.
So yeah, at some point you might see, you don't feel compelled to necessarily do the entire bunny walk to the south because you have that other connector to get down there.
At this point in time, I'm wondering if Fairy Ascension leads to maybe like the right side of the mountain. And that gives you a bunch more entrances to still check.
Yeah, right side of the mountain would be a lot of things. You also could find, Misery Mire entrance, although there aren't that many caves out there that allow us to pick up a Moon Pearl. Although we do still have that bottle that Zelga has that could lead to a Moon Pearl at the Sick Kid that Specks couldn't get.
Only if there's another bottle that's accessible somewhere.
There's 4 of them, so yeah.
Yep. Well, one that's accessible without the Moon Pearl at this point.
Right. Because the bottle that Zelga has was in a GT that is behind the Moon Pearl.
Mm-hmm. And that is why we sit here and just absolutely trying to figure out and piece together this logic. But we will get the answer about Sick Kid coming up here in just a moment via Zelga.
Yeah, so this is interesting. I think Specks plans on beating this dungeon. There's no reason to do a Ice Palace bomb jump there unless you're actually planning on fighting Cold Stare.
And the other part of this is we could find Hype Cave somewhere in one of these remaining entrances.
Yep. And Hype
And
Cave, that first check is in Logic. The NPC. Anyone that played last night's
Here we go.
weekly race.
Hold on. Say nothing more about that. Say nothing more about that. I have a particular streamer that wants me to play that seed.
Oh, gosh.
So, yes, I have a particular streamer who DM'd me last night asking me to play that seed. So no further comments about that.
I say no more.
All right, so nothing and nothing.
I mean, we knew the hammer wasn't going to lock the Moon Pearl here, but it could have locked something.
Right. I mean, we would love to find a sword in somewhere.
A sword would be good.
I have further questions about this seed at this point, but I don't think I'm going to get any quality answers based on what this seed has given to us.
There's that shovel that I'm sure Specks is super happy to see.
Yeah. Specks did check Desert right, and what we got out of it was even further questions.
All right,
there was some big key we got out of there. I forget what, or there was some key we got out of it. All right, so Zelga's gonna get the dismal news as we've reached the 1 hour mark, Tracy. Game 2 of this best of 3 series. Zelda leads this series 1-0. Winner moves on to the semifinals of this tournament. Make sure you give these runners a follow, won't you? Phenomenal people in the community, both Zelda and Specks.
Great. Time for a pretty nasty Cold Stare fight, if I do say so. Specks is going to need to grab this magic because his only way of we don't have a Bombos available, we don't have half magic, we don't have sword beams. Needs to fire all 8 shots the normal way, and will not have anything to spare. So we'll have to use the hammer.
Yeah, this is
not a fight I do.
This is a fight that will exist.
Oh, he's going to use the arrow strat. This is I've heard of this. I've not seen this before, but it does the same thing as a sword beam dupe. And I don't think it actually saved anything, unfortunately.
I got 1 dupe.
But he did. He fired an extra fire rod shot then, because he's no fire rod shots left.
Yeah. He had 1 dupe, and he fired it right at the final because he wasn't sure.
Fair enough.
Now you've got to be careful. We got blue mail on, but now we're in 1 Oko mode with these puffs. Yeah, that was a little close. All right. Be confident with your fight.
That's 2 of them.
That's all 3. Good
well
fight.
Done. And all he gets is a boomerang. So unless pet is a thing, that just was a whole lot of nothing. Zelda continuing to avoid the blue mail. I love it.
And for good reason too.
Yep. No, absolutely. Well, and it is a good spot for that blue mail to be, honestly, because like I said, at the point you get a mirror, that's the point where the blue mail doesn't hurt you anymore, and at that point you'd want to go up there anyway because there's an entrance there you can get to with the mirror. So it works out really well.
All right, here we go to check the shovel, which we know is going to be nothing as Zelda walks back up to the mountain, walks back up to the mountain for the second time to get... I'm going to assume this is going to be the same play that we saw from Zelda, or not from Zelda, from Specky, to go to Spiral Cave. That Fairy Ascension is their last checking point of this mountain.
I would, if I were, I mean, I know Spiral Cave is an item. I would do Fairy Ascension in the hopes that I can walk it back. And maybe still do Spiral, but I think this was Spiral here. Yeah, it is.
I think Specky's going to go and check this, head back over through Hookshot Cave to be able to bunny walk the other stuff in the south part of the Dark World.
Now, Zelda must have seen the exit of Spiral Cave because he just saved and quit out of the bottom of it.
"64 minutes, no Moon Pearl, no sword."
Fun times.
Spiral Cave was the dam.
Gotcha.
I'm just eagerly waiting to click another dot on my map tracker on my other screen.
All right, and we avoid the blue mail again. Good job, Zelda.
Skillful dodging.
Yeah, very skillful. Well, it's not even just the skill of dodging. It's like having to remember every single time to not pick up the item. I guarantee you, if it was me, I would have just picked up the blue mail the first time around. I'll take the extra safety, but
yeah,
the third time in, I'd have forgotten.
All right, well, here's a possibility. I don't recall Zelda going through Elder. Right side of the mountain.
Yeah, Zelda's gonna go ahead and do the Fairy Ascent. It would be funny if it also ended up here.
Nope. No, Zelda is going to check. I thought Zelda was going to check Left Death Mountain. All right, Chicken Coop. Is this the answer? Sword!
It's a sword.
That's
an
part
answer.
Of an answer. Fairy Ascension. Mire area.
I mean, that's important knowledge, too. We have Quake for our Mire entrance. But unfortunately, this is all bunny stuff, so may or may not see anything that we're actually going to be able to do.
Mire Shed, located at the Paradox middle entrance. And chat pointing out, guess who we can kill now?
We've been able to kill... Oh, logically we have with the sword. That's true.
Yes.
All right, nothing in the Mire area. So where is the Elder connector that Zelda needs to do to get that sword?
So Elder Connector was at the Swamp Palace entrance, takes you to Spiral.
Gotcha. And Specks is gonna go ahead and kill Moldor because it's a dungeon with the crystal, so why not?
And in logic. And I think Zelda's getting ready to go into GT and sequence break stuff.
It sure does look that way.
Took a couple of hits right there, which was intentional to set up a death warp. I have a feeling we're going to go ahead and check left side of GT.
So out of logic. Oh my god. We don't have a hook shot, and we don't... I love it. We don't have a hook shot. We don't have a moon pearl, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, it's CPM at this point. It's CPM.
The reason why I typically don't do this kind of play is not because of, mainly because, and Zelda's a really smart player, so he's going to be able to do this. But when you do this play, you have to, at every moment, if you get, whatever you get over here, you have to know that that's not blocking your Moon Pearl, it's not blocking your hook shot, and the mirror probably is blocking your Moon Pearl, because high mirror. And that, because that will get, we saw the Mire area. That mirror gets you all the desert stuff.
And both of these runners are fantastic at knowing where things are in the logic. There's bottle number 2 behind Moon Pearl.
Fun.
Bottle 3 behind Moon Pearl.
Half magic. Half magic is really nice. Like, that half magic would have been super nice for Specks when he went and did Cold Stare.
All right, we're going to get some information right here. Like, for instance, what is on this floating island?
So interesting with 2 keys, Zelda didn't do the one slightly more in logic chest.
All right, here we go, Tracy. What is on floating island? It is...
$5.
Yay, 5 rupees.
Here we go.
So yeah, I find it really interesting. Zelda skipped the map chest, I think, unless I missed him checking it, which is would be in logic with Moon Pearl boots and 4 keys.
All right, we're gonna go drop down the middle here.
But yeah, he wants to save the key for later. He just has to remember to be able to, go back for it at some point later.
As those. Oh, Pyramid! Kane of Samaria, and there's your first bottle.
All right. Well, it's the kid's in logic now, but he only had, what, $50? We still don't have a Moon Pearl. And funny enough, a lot of our mirror spots have already been taken.
I am totally aware of this, except for the fact that we have 2 entrances that are right in my vision right now. Actually, we have 3 entrances.
Yeah, I'm imagining at this point, it's either the desert area, mirror from the Mire area, or one of the caves. You actually, I guess, would just in particular.
Okay, we have more. We have more than 3.
The Mimic Cave entrance off of
Mimic Cave, Hera, and the opposite of Bumper. Those were the 3 I was thinking of.
Yep.
Big Key Pod is behind the Ice Armos. And also Ice Rod up here on the Spectacle Rock might be a thing that Spec wants to get while we're here.
Here we go.
Zelda walking out of GT. We didn't get that much. Basically some keys that we know that the Moon Pearl now can't be behind, and actually also the hook shot. So he's got more plans here. What else is he doing from here? Oh,
We're checking left side of the DM. The same entrances that we're seeing right now from Specks.
All right, take a look. Take a hit. Use the iframes to get past the Lionel. With this many hearts, not a hard thing to do. Yeah, I alluded to this a lot earlier. This is a pain. This is not where you want to have to do.
And Spec with that first bottle off Pyramid Fairy, about to get the 50 rupees.
Yeah, so the answer chat, Trinex, not in logic. We don't have enough small keys for it. You need 4 small keys for Trinex, and no one wants to do it with just a hammer if you can avoid it. And actually, the hammer not being in logic means it's not in logic, because the Fighter Sword is not logic for Trinex. You need a bunch of magic extensions.
So right now, this big thing for Specks is having this mirror.
Here we go.
Yes.
This mirror is essentially the
mirror's got to be the answer, right?
Chess game is just a map.
Next time he goes into Turtle Rock, he'll know whether it's a pendant or a crystal. And we avoid the blue mail again.
I hope you enjoy the bunny music and the MSUs that these two runners are using.
I know, right?
We've been getting a big sample of it here.
I mean, sometimes the bunny music is the best. We've already seen checkerboard caves, so we don't need to mirror there.
We're going to check here to the back of Desert and then check the other entrances while we are here. Spectacle Rock. We're going to take that last.
Yeah, because we're going to want to take the connector as well. Oh! Well, we're going to do... Zelga's going to get further distracted from this chain that he needs to do to get the mirror, because High Pod with 4 keys, a big key, a hammer, a bow.
Here we go.
And where was this pod?
It was the money-making game house. You can beat this. This with the Moon Pearl, this would be in logic outside of keys. So I imagine he'll do the back. Maybe he'll beat Helmasaur first, and the typical thing to do here is to just leave the big key chest.
In logic, big key here. Which one is this? It is the Thieves Town.
Okay.
Oh boy. Moon Pearl in Blind Cell, anyone?
Could be.
We know the small key is locked behind the flipper. Oh, there's our desert, right?
Had to be somewhere. Well, something had to be it. All right, so Zelga's going to do the back of pod first.
Yeah, answering chat, this is just run-of-the-mill basic cross keys, no fillers, no additives, hook shot and pod.
Oh, wow. Wow, what a hook shot. I mean, so the Moon Pearl now will put all the stuff in logic that Zelda got in GT.
This is a small key to this dungeon.
Oh,
who expected that?
I mean, it's pod. It's pod.
I like Gilgamesh's cross keys with pseudo pearl. Silvers and harmless.
Oh my god! Wow.
Small key to this dungeon in Turtle Rock.
All right, so Zelda's just gonna finish pod.
Oh, that was the Turtle Rock big key that was in the right side of Desert.
Oh, okay.
And Specks now remembering after taking half of a ride, we need a hook shot.
Yeah, I mean, someday I'll learn the Telethar method of going the wrong way so that when I forget, it's not any faster, I don't think, but it is doable. Zelda now needs to take a death.
Will pseudo pearl mean when you enter a dungeon as a bunny, you won't be a bunny? The answer is, it means the seed sucks. This is a comical seed. I'll say
it really is. Okay, so Zelda is going to... Now, I mean, he's going to be able to do this whole dungeon. We're going to get... Hopefully for his sake, it's a crystal. Oh, he did get some nice stuff in the back. He did get that hook shot, so that's going to be really good for him. It does mean the Moon Pearl is not going to be in Hookshot Cave.
Looks like Specky might be checking Mimic Cave entrance soon.
GT small key.
Oh, good. We are one more key away from that pod big being in logic. Well, not in logic. Never mind. We still do not have a Moon Pearl at the hour 17 mark.
Poor Zelda still doesn't even have a sword.
Bumper. That's where that goes. That does not help us one bit.
It doesn't. Nice timing for a refill there for Zelda and that piece of heart.
Book.
Moon Pearl, not on the book, not on the on a tablet. Of course, we would need another sword anyway.
All right, so we continue on this great game of Where is the Moon Pearl? Ganon is located in the Lost Woods, so at least we don't have to put up with that. Oh, right. There's that one entrance that is at the race game that we have yet to see.
Yeah. Well, Specs is gonna find Pod first, so I imagine he'll do Pod.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, he does have the big key. He's gonna do a bunch of things in Pod. He will get his he'll get his hook shot.
yeah, we're gonna check this entrance first. We want to
that
find where
makes
this Moon
sense.
Pearl is.
But it is a little unfortunate that Specs does not have the Pod big key. So even when he goes in there, he's not gonna be able to finish it. Now, we don't know if this is a pendant or crystal. We do have one more pendant outstanding. It could be this one.
No, Pod is the other 5-6.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Here we go.
Well, in that case, that is a shame that he's. Oh, is he gonna?
Here we go.
Not gonna do it right now. Okay.
Thieves Town.
No, yeah, that totally makes more sense. And then the portal will still be there for him to do Pod after that.
Mm-hmm. All right, Helmassar is down. And now Zelga gets the blue mail. You cannot put this one back, Zelga. You cannot walk around this one. You have to take this blue mail.
Oh, it's too good, too good. Now, if he keeps following this direction, he'll get the mirror soon enough. And then we'll see if he decides he wants red mail, or he's going to avoid that mail upgrade.
Mirror is in logic because of where the sword turned out to be on the right side of Death Mountain.
All right, we're going to start getting some Thieves Town checks on Specs' side.
And meanwhile, Zelga is heading to the Elder Connector and is not going to be happy with finding out that this is the access to the right side of the mountain. But finally, he's going to get Zelga caught up on what was the do.
Because he was here a lot earlier, because he had been doing some of these entrances.
Mm-hmm. But didn't get down this direction.
Did not go this way.
Becky has had a little bit of a lead as a result, although the lead is questionable. It is a 2-2 crystal differential here.
I mean, Specs hasn't done any of Pod. So it's Pod versus Thieves Town in a sense, because like with the hook shot, when Zelda goes back to do Hera, it's gonna take like 5 seconds. I mean, a minute really, but it's a very quick.
10 arrows next to Blind's cell. So this, I don't think is going to give us the answer we are longing for. That mushroom is locked behind the flippers, which is locked behind the Moon Pearl.
Right, I was about to say I was trying to remember where we got the Thieves Small Key, and it is behind the Moon Pearl. So that mushroom, while it'd be something you probably turn in at some point, it's not going to be the Moon Pearl.
1,050 questions still exist in this seed.
Zelda didn't get that mirror. Where was the mirror?
It is on Moldorm. Got the sword. That gets us to Moldorm.
Okay, so that's got to be the next play for him, right? He's got that logical sword. He's got a hook shot to make it quick. Heck, I might have done it with the hook shot, even without the logical sword, honestly, at this point. Because it's just so much quicker with the hook shot.
Thieves Town is a crystal. That is now 3 for Specks.
So we can do the hook speed version of the Hera pot. Yeah, I had forgotten there was an extra step to the mirror beyond getting up to
There you go.
Death Mountain.
As we head into Mire, because this is now beatable, thanks to that Canis Samaria.
Yeah, it's true. This is actually a pretty awful fight. I mean, Specks did such a good job on his cold stare, so I imagine he'll be able to handle the Vitreous fight. But fighter sword, wood arrows, bombs, hammer. You got a cape to help you out a little bit. Yeah, this is not ideal. Whereas when Zelda goes back to Misery Mire, he's got silver arrows. Like, nothing else matters at that point.
Incorrect hook shot there by Zelga. We all do it.
Whole lot of nothing in Hookshot Cave.
And if I remember correctly, the game one between these two, didn't it come down to something like Left Side Swamp?
Well, I don't know if it came down to it, but it was definitely a huge factor. In the sense that Zelga did it and Specks didn't, and it was a Castle Tower small key. And the reason why I say basically it would have been a much closer race if Specks had done it, and we don't know what the outcome would have been, is the way I would put it.
How many... We got 3 keys to Turtle Rock. Are any of them out of logic?
I don't know at this point.
Because let me tell you what I'm thinking. If all 3 of those keys are in logic, that means we have logical access to Laser Bridge.
From the front?
From the front entrance, which is in Cack Village.
That's true. Alright, well, Zelda needs to get his Canis Samaria before that even becomes a factor for him.
Well,
Specks
we're
on the moonfalls right here.
We're on the pathway to doing that right now.
Yep. Specks doing a nice job with the wood arrows and having already softened up the eyeballs a little bit. Has 12 left for the big eyeball, so that's going to be enough. Also, want to point out that Zelga still didn't pick up the male upgrade.
Moon Pearl!
And a crystal.
Alright, so there's the answer. You just have to go get the sword, to get the mirror, to get the Canis Samaria, to get the Moon Pearl off Vitreous. It's as simple as that!
As simple as that, yeah. Okay, but the problem for Zelga is how soon does he go back to Misery Mire when he's only got the one check?
I think you start following breadcrumbs. I think you go there sooner than you'd think. Maybe
if he had a map. I mean, if he had a map to tell you it was a crystal, then it's a much easier decision. He doesn't have a map.
Honestly, at this point, you don't care if it's pendant or crystal. You're following those breadcrumbs.
Fair enough.
Given how nasty the seed has been to get to this point.
Although he does have Front of Turtle Rock, as you mentioned, so there's that whole Turtle Rock chain that you talked about that he could choose to do, which is a lot more items.
Hey, we now have right side pod area access, thanks to that. All right, let's go. What do we got over here? Hey, there's our TR right.
That's a sword on the tablet. Oh no, there's a sword on the tablet.
You know, if we had commentary camera right now, they'd be able to see me rolling my eyes at that.
So if we're on Master Sword at the end, I fully would expect to see our runners pick that up. If we're on Tempered Sword, yeah, you're never going back for that. It's too far out of the way.
But since we don't, right now, you just have to take my word that I was definitely rolling my this seed.
I mean, for sure.
And then I'll promise to do an eye roll at Speed Gaming Live to at least while we're on camera for that to make up for this.
There you go.
Deal, Tomotech? Deal. They said they heard the eyebrow. All right. Laser bridge coming up here. Nothing. 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 Nothing.
And we're gonna go beat Trinex.
Yeah. Crystal Dungeon, you got to. You got the tools. May not be a fun fight. Go do it.
Zelda was gonna try and do the bomb jump across, and now he fell. So he's just gonna take the exit.
So we still need to answer the no mode. Well, we still got to find either Skullback or Swamp Palace. Find out which one is the crystal. If it's Swamp, of course, we still need the Swamp Small plus the finding of the dam. And, of course, a sword, because we ain't getting one off that tablet.
I mean, we might get one off that tablet, but that's not the one that's gonna allow us to kill Ganon.
That's what I mean.
It'll just make it a better Ganon kill. Oh, right. We were in UK Desert was dependent.
Yep, because that is our green. Compliments of Sahasrahla. Still not picking it up.
Now, this point, I don't understand not picking up it. Once you don't have to Death Warp, I would just grab it.
Well, I mean, we still don't have the Moon Pearl in Zelga's eyes.
Oh, yeah, okay, Bunny Revive. I see what you're saying. It's gonna be, he's got the mirror out, so I imagine, along with mirror checks, this will be Thieves Town.
In front of TR first.
Makes sense.
We are going to go and check to see what is at the other side of this bumper cave.
Here we go.
Zelda sporting the Final Fantasy Tactics MSU, as you just heard. There's the dam at the bumper entrance.
Hoping that'd be the Swamp Small. That would have been really funny. But no, it's an Ice Small. Which for Specks does absolutely nothing, because he's already beaten Ice Palace for a useless pendant. Well, maybe useless pendant. We have not gotten a ped check yet, but a probably useless pendant.
Yeah, and the one who can check the ped right now is not
Zelda.
the one that has that pendant in their arsenal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that's kind of an important point. Zelda needs to stay out of Ice Palace. That's time that he's currently up on Specks that he doesn't want to lose.
I thought that was hype. That was not.
Zelda doing all the things that Specks has already done, but is up a pod.
Agate Tower located. And it is a pendant swamp, it looks like.
No, that actually, I mean, other than finding the pod big key for Specks, which if I recall was in GT. That puts him in a really good position. If he can find Skull Woods. Yeah, the flute doesn't do anything for us. You might activate it. I think we're still at a point where you would activate it, but I mean, if you didn't, I'm fine too. It doesn't open anything up. Flute is such a goofy item in Crosskeys, because oftentimes it's your only way to the Mire area, but so many times you have connectors there, and it's rare that you have a sea where you don't have a way of getting to Death Mountain. So the flute doesn't get that much in general.
All right, so we are still looking for Skull back.
Yep. Yes, Specs has checked Sick Kid to answer chat. Skull back is been checked with a trick that Rick and I had never seen before. We'll see it again on Specs' side because he did not do the trick. Actually, he didn't do any of the Skullwoods area at all. Actually, I am a little bit surprised that Specs hasn't gone back to GT yet. Like, it's so many items. Although he doesn't have the hook shot, maybe... So, something we didn't talk about when Zelda was in Pod, that is actually a logical double dip of GT. Or sorry, a logical double dip of Pod. You're supposed to go into Pod with your small keys, get your hook shot, go back to GT to get your Pod big key. I believe it was on the left side, not past the ice Armos.
No, Pod big key was on the Armos.
Oh, it was on the Armos? Okay, so that would be available from the right side. So it didn't have to be a logical double dip.
Yeah, we just gotta find where three keys. We just gotta find where 3 keys are in logic here for GT.
Yeah, Specs could go right side and get that Pod big key. We went back to GT.
And good luck figuring out this entire logic at this point. These two runners were great at figuring out these logic chains. I have just absolutely lost at this point. I'm trying to keep up with it.
Well, the problem is when it starts being key logic that you're trying to fight against, that's when it becomes more difficult. The good news is, though, when it's key logic you're trying to fight against, usually those are things that you can skip. Whereas when it's a hook shot or when it's an item that you're going to be required to pick up, looking in places where that item can't be becomes very problematic. Okay, Zelga's finished with Thieves Town, is taking the Hyrule Castle. Where this goes.
This is going to be the Mimic Cave entrance check.
We have Spike Cave.
So right now, if my notes are correct, the only 2 entrances that we've yet to see item-wise is Hype Cave and King's Tomb.
Okay. We've definitely not seen Hype Cave. And I don't recall seeing King's Tomb.
I don't recall seeing either of them. But those are the only 2 entrances, item entrances, that we have left in this game.
That's not a lot of item entrances. Specs, meanwhile, is in Pod without the big key, which is a little unfortunate for him.
Yeah, this is going to be having to return later.
He is going to get a hook shot out of this, which is good. It might send him to GT, which will get him his big key.
And that's something else we haven't checked yet. Nobody's checked the back 3 of Sahasrahla.
Well, Zelda still can't.
Right. And Zelda soon will, because that is where Zelda's going now with pretty much the last... there's got to be something over here at this point.
Yeah, if he's going to do Meyer... And this will be a much quicker fight for Zelda with those silver arrows. That Specs just got. Now, I don't recall that there was anything in the big chest in particular in this pod, so the Specs not getting that is going to be fine.
Yeah, it's just having to walk back to this dungeon
Yep.
is really where the problem will lie.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Specks.
All right, so Zelda throwing the, for those of you that don't know, Zelda throwing the block off the bridge there is another way of setting up Spooky when you don't have the normal Mire access, so we'll see if you got that to work.
Really wonderful work there by Zelga to get that set up. No pearl for Zelga. We're going to get that coming up here in about 1 minute once we get to Vitreous and kill it. Yes, Vitreous has the Moon Pearl.
That's
Fun.
kind of a classic bad Moon Pearl location, if you ask me. Definitely have had that situation before. With I talk about how some of these seeds, they all end up different, but there's certain things that pod keys and pod, Moon Pearls, and dumb spots like on Vitreous or other bad bosses.
There's the Moon Pearl for Zelga, probably cursing it at the 98-minute mark, now 99 minutes.
That is not when you want to be getting your Moon Pearl. Alright, save and quit for Zelga as he is now able to do actual Dark World stuff. We'll see if he goes back to any of the GT stuff, because he also could go right side GT. Also, see if at what point he decides to kill Trinex. Especially since he is the one with the information that that TR is a crystal.
A one dig special for Specks with the mitts inside. Oh dear.
I mean, the mitts open 2 entrances? 3? No, 3. Hammer Pegs, Ice Palace, and Turtle Rock entrances? I'm trying to think if it opens anything else. I think that's it.
And then the fetch quest of the Breadsmith and Purple Chest, essentially, but...
For items, yeah.
Alright, here goes the ice, or not the ice, the Hookshot Cave for Specks to get the nothingness that's inside, including... Well, we're going to try that again. The nothingness, and even more nothingness.
Yep.
And Zelga thinking about it, but
yeah, doesn't want to do
you and
it.
I have seen many a Crosskeys seed where there's something in there. There's our King's Tomb with nothing inside. So the last remaining item cave is Hype Cave. As far as other entrances that we're looking for, Swamp Palace, Back of Skull Woods are the main 2.
You really want to find Swamp Palace if you're, well, really either runner.
Alright, we're going to take the mitts and check the Rule of Humbug, as they call it.
So, Humbug is of the go check this as soon as you have mitts, especially if you have a flute. It's a whole lot of nothing today.
Exciting times. By the way, Specks has not activated the flute, and this is going to be the GT run.
Yes, what I'll get him is Pod Big Key. And probably other things, since we didn't actually get to see the right side.
There's the flute for Zelga. We're also going to see what's in that lift rock.
Oh, yeah. And might get to see Saha.
Eventually. Nothing.
Now we're gonna see TR entrance potentially if it's Quake. It is Ether.
All right, here we go, GT. This will get Specks the pod big key in due time.
Yeah, and he'll go right side first. That's usually
Well,
if you can do both sides, you can. That's the general way to do it.
Well, that plus the fact that it's Specks, this is their first trip in here.
Yeah, he walked in, walked out, didn't even do the checks you could do as a bunny. As you know, like the Hope Room is pretty easy to do at that point. Zelga going into Turtle Rock. This could be him going down to Laser Bridge and finishing it off.
Yeah, because Zelga did not see TR right at Dark 5.
Yep. Which is fine. He doesn't need it. The big chest had nothing. That'll get him caught up in terms of... that'll get him caught up in terms of crystal. Actually, I'll give him a lead. I keep forgetting the Ice Palace is kind of irrelevant.
Sword and GT.
I gotta believe. I mean, it would not surprise me if Zelga did GT as a density play next. That could get him that sword, and he gets those entrances. Well, he doesn't have the mitts yet, so there's a little less for him there. But the one entrance that was available is available to him. The lift rock. So.
Well, the thing is that Zelga at this point is just on entrance mode once he gets that sword. So yes. I don't know if Zelga checks GT right side at this point when you're on entrance mode.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the sword yet.
Right.
Like, and he knows there's a sword not available. So he knows there's only 2 swords out there that he can get.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking is you get the entrance you get that one entrance and maybe you do right side GT. You gotta find a sword, and you know one of them's on a tablet you can't get.
You do, but I think Zelga's in entrance mode at this point.
But he also doesn't have mitts. Those are all his entrances too. Or are the mitts here? Where are the mitts?
Well, Zelga hasn't gotten to the right side of the pod area.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So he's got all of those available too. I'm just thinking, if you're in an item mode, yeah, you'd do right side GT, but you're in entrance mode. You want to do your checks per minute now are concerned around where all of your entrances are.
Which could put him in sword go mode.
Yeah. For Zelga, go mode very well could be that Master Sword.
At which point he has to decide how much faster does the Tempered Sword make it versus how long it takes to go get it.
Actually, Tracy, this is pretty decent routing here from Zelga, because this puts him right in Cac Village. He'll be able to activate that flute.
That's true. And that he can
flute
straight to flute 5.
And if that's the way I'm interpreting Zelga's next series of plays, he will flute to 5.
Yeah, I totally agree. In the meantime, yeah, Chad asking if Specks is going to get that sword off the tablet, only if it's a convenient check for him. At the moment, it really isn't.
It's not. The 3 at Sahashwala are more of a available check. Oh, right, we're going to flute here to check to see what is under the water. And now here's your flute 5.
Not going to climb. I wouldn't expect him to climb.
Okay. Specks choosing not yet.
Yeah, 3 items versus 1. You're going here every time, especially since I guess he could actually get the item on the tablet.
Mirror Shield, Powder for a fetch quest, and Hera There's that key you've been talking about.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry, Specks. I'm so sorry, Specks.
Oh, this is the beauty of it all. All right.
Oh, we're going Independent Swamp.
Well, we only can do one check here.
Right, Zelda doesn't have the small key, so that's that. Yeah, so you check that. That's actually potentially really bad for Specks though, because does he have to swamp? Oh, he does. So he'll be able to see that that's a pendant when he walks in.
Yeah, but again, Specks also just doesn't have that small key, so...
Okay, never mind.
Okay, here goes pod finishing for Specks. So for our no mode, we need to find where Skullwood's back is.
Yep.
And it sure is not there.
So, Pyramid Fairy? Or do we need
Well, we're checking the bomb entrance here at Dark Shopping Mall. And then we're going to portal ourselves to the Dark Potion.
Good call.
Neither runner is in entrance go mode at this point. Well, Specks doesn't know what... Nice laser bridge.
Well, now we know where that is. All right, so we're not taking Dark Potion Shop. But yeah, are we? Is it just gonna be? At this point, it could just be. We might need the ether medallion, or we might need to do the bomb turn-in.
That
I don't have an answer for you, Jacob, for why you wouldn't do the potion shop there. I do not have an answer for that.
I have an answer for you coming up here in about 20 minutes. When we ask these runners their thoughts about this seed.
Maybe he was laughing so hard that it was laser bridge. I don't know. There's that red mail for Specks. We are going to check the item on the pyramid. That's all it's here.
Big game.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, we are going to not. We're setting up we're setting up the spot for the bomb.
This is Pyramid Fairy. And it's really smart because now we can just flute to 4 and just walk instead of having to do it all. Go to flute 5.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking that, but yeah, this is brilliant here for Zelda.
Hammer pegs, also a new check for us.
All right, is it here? That's Hype Cave. That's our last main item cave.
So mitts not required. Mitts not required. Nice castle tower small key.
All right. Is Pyramid Fairy the location of Skull? No,
it is not. C. Oh, you missed the cave.
We had not C. Okay. I marked that off.
So I think we need an ether. So Zelda needs those mitts, and I think we need an ether medallion. No. I don't know what else we have. We might be Dark Potion Shop. Maybe it hasn't been checked.
Dark Potion, also Mire entrance, because we do have that Quake.
We're going to get that entrance right now.
We're going to get both of these entrances. And that is a no. That is a fortune teller. Get rid of the bird because it's going to hit you because of the quake.
Either way, No, so the myths wouldn't be required for this entrance, but
It's not there.
we need an ether medallion. We need ether.
Congratulations, we need more goodies.
So ether medallion opens up Turtle Rock entrance, and as far as we can tell, that is what we have left.
That is the only spot that I have that is a green green square. Now Specks is about to get this great news that this is TR back.
All right, this is when Zelga would do right side GT if he's going to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now that we know that we are not in just pure entrance mode, that we're still missing an item, this is what will help Zelga get that sword upgrade.
Yep.
And now because Zelga knows that there's another sword on Ether, that could become an advantage here.
Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't. He might just run over, get it, and come back, jump down to do Saha. And he also knows where Swamp Palace is. Although Specks might just go into Swamp Palace right now, because he's going to find it. Oh wait, we don't have the small key. Never mind. I keep forgetting. I don't know why I think we have the small key. We don't. We do not have a small key.
Because they had the big key.
I guess, maybe.
That might be what you're... That's the only thing I could think of that you were under the impression of there. There's the sword
maybe.
upgrade for Zelda. And Specks walks in, walks out, says no.
Where is Zelda going now? Did she... Oh, Tyler?
Zelda is getting a little mixed up on what he wants to do, but we're going to get that sword.
Yep. Thing is, Zelda still needs to get the mitts, and the mitts is going to give him a few other entrances to check. So, Spec's definitely ahead in terms of checking entrances, but
There's your tempered sword.
I mean, if he's gonna do a GT, okay, we're not gonna do. I mean, I wasn't expecting a GT climb, but that was a thing he could have done. He's gonna go check Meyer entrance.
Yep. The only way he knows how to get there. This could be Specks getting tempered. So this will even the front on the swords. Or not. No, this is Pyramid Fairy, so this will not answer the puzzle. Alright, where does Chap believe this Ether medallion is going to be?
That's a really good question. So Zelda needs to get those mitts at this point. I mean, if it is the TR entrance like we think, he is going to need that entrance. And you can see the difference in speed. Specks doing what most of us do, which is flute to 5, instead of leaving that mirror portal.
Yeah. Great brain play there by Zelga, who now is going to go see what this key is, find out that it's absolutely nothing of use. Has either runner gone into the front of Skull Woods?
Yes. Yeah, Zelda did Skull Woods a long time ago. He did it as a bunny. Remember, because he did the weird glitch that we'd never seen, that you and I had never seen before?
Right, okay, yep, you're right. I wonder if this is setting ourselves up for a climb.
Maybe, but the problem is... God, has he just completely forgotten about Dig Game, I wonder? It is not marked off on his tracker. He's going to do the Fire Bar Room first. I don't think he's even seen that... Yeah, he has not even seen that it is Ether that he needs to get into that entrance. So if he's going to do a climb, he's hoping to get mitts. He's not going to get mitts there, but he might get the Ether medallion.
Right now, I think both runners are just scrambling.
Yep.
It
Nope,
just
we climbing. We climbing.
both runners just the way they're moving around. It feels like they are so. This is where their game plan has just completely melted apart
Yep.
as they try to think on the fly. Where do they need to go? What is their next destination?
So here's an interesting part of if the ether medallion is on the climb here, and Zelda gets just the ether medallion, he's going to still need the myths, but it might take him to that entrance faster just because he'll want to make the climb count. Like he'll want the climb to have mattered. So this is really interesting. Or it could just give us a Swamp Small Key and then ouch. Bombo's tablet's a new check for us. And it's not Bombo's tablet.
The theory behind what we're saying is that Skullwood's Bag, which is the last remaining crystal dungeon, is located at Turtle Rock main entrance. So, nothing else on our to-do list. The question is, where is this ether?
Question indeed. Smith Chain is possible. I don't. Yeah. Obviously, Zelda hasn't done any Smith Chain because he doesn't have mitts. Specks has it available to him.
And this is the worst feeling ever.
This will be big chest for Specks.
You are 2 hours into this seed. You really would love to find the answer to where everything is, including where this dungeon is. Desert Pig.
So, have we seen Desert North? So
yes, we have.
Okay, we have? Okay. So we could do
it's
that.
It's at the bomb shop.
Right. Get our green pendant. If I'm Specks, I just got that green. I just got that big key. That's probably where I'm headed next for him.
You're starting to get into that mood of we're 2 hours into this seed. I'm up against somebody like Zelda. Small key to this dungeon, haha. Nothing on the mushroom turn-in. That is GT4, by the way. Nothing.
Looking good for the climb. Two more items left because we do have a single item in the drop down. Just the map.
Yay!
Nobody's done tile room, is that right?
Nobody has done tile room. That is correct.
Ugh.
All right,
That's
off
never
we go.
burnt anybody
Tag
before?
2, Desert Pig. No. Tracy, where is this?
I hate to say, I still wonder where the Swamp Palace small key is. If it's just there, that would be pretty nasty stuff.
This entire seed's been pretty nasty stuff.
It really has.
Here we go.
Zelda making quick work of the Agate 2.
Yeah, he's not gonna have much left other than those item caves, not caves, but the just the items after this. So he probably gets his myth soon, and then that takes him on a trek of checking things.
This is Lostwood's Thief that Zelga's about to drop into. And inside! No.
Not even worth picking up. You know you're late in the game when 300 rupees is not worth picking up. Zelda's gonna have to do, I don't know what else he has other than doing the single item checks. Other than, or, tile room.
Alright.
Nothing's behind Agawon. Agawon was the useless fairy, I want to say?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ice Palace for Zelga. This will give Specky time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Small key to Turtle Rock.
This is a commitment to not doing those single item checks over on the southwest side of Dark World. I get it.
Logically required.
Yeah, I get not wanting to do those. You're this far in, and it's like if that's the answer, but it's not. The problem is it's not the answer. Oh, okay. For a moment there, I thought he was gonna pivot around ice, but
Yeah, we know Zelga needs the mitts, but right now those two items on Stumpy and on Dig Game are the least of his wants at this point.
Because he thinks it's just the mitts, like just the mitts that has the answer, because that's all his entrances are blocked by mitts.
And maybe trying to put it off until he finds the mitts in order to do
Smith chain.
Smith chain. Unfortunately,
that's not gonna work.
not precisely in the cards. All right, here comes Tempered Sword for Specks.
Sword for Specks.
This evens that part up.
I mean, he might climb now too. Which will give that time back to Zelga. This will also be a much faster cold stare.
Nope, we are going to Saha. We're cashing in the green pendant.
Yep. That makes sense. It is a heart piece.
Here we go.
Smith,
probably Smith's
perhaps?
chain. Yeah, I think this is Smith's. There's a really good chance that this is just the answer at this point. Kind of running out of other things it could be.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then this is. I don't see Zelda coming back from it, but we don't know yet.
Spike Cave.
Spike Cave. That's a good check.
So, if chat's wondering here, we have seen all of our item caves. I was mistaken about C, but that's because I mismarked it here on the tracker. So we have this. Is this the answer? No, it's a unique item. Thank you, game.
You can always tell people that were playing this game before version 30 and before. I should say specifically version 30.
All right, Zelga's going to get the news. This is the ether to get here. Finally get that information down.
Now we can do tile room. We're gonna do.
Bag 3 of Saha. Spec setting up the mirror spot here, and then fluting to 5, checking the breadsmith.
I like Incoherent's comment. Are we doing the thing where both races orphan the same check? Perhaps. Maybe. That is what we were doing.
All right, what do we have on the breadsmiths on this seed?
Just bombs. Zelga's hard committing to not going to do. You gotta do this at some point.
Well, Magic Bat could still be part of the equation.
Sure
but
could.
It's not going to be the part of the equation we really want.
Here we go.
Well, I mean,
you get the ether. It doesn't really do much for you at this point without the mitts. It's a small key to Mire.
We were both thinking, ready to call it for Swamp. It was not Swamp. It is Mire.
Here we go.
This is where we remind you that the GT big key was locked behind 3 Mire smalls.
No, that's true.
So now that's in logic.
Yay. But
Mitts are on dig game. Smokey to
Pod.
pod.
Oh. Zelda gonna do the basement of Hera. I think that's new. So now if you're Zelda and you get the ether, when it was ether possibly on climb, I truly believe that you would just go straight to doing the TR entrance. But now if it's like Hera basement, do you still go straight to the TR entrance before you do Ice Palace entrance and Hammer Pegs, which is, I guess, wouldn't take that long to do. Spec's gonna go back in for the big chest and pod.
All right, locked behind the tiles of the Hera. Smokey to swamp.
There it is. There's that swamp Smokey. Okay, so we're gonna get a full clear swamp from Zelda. He's gonna be looking for the mitts and the ether medallion there.
There is this Hera basement for Specks. Yep, this is.
Yeah, so this is really bad for Zelda. If he had the mitts already, this would be really good. You just leave with the ether medallion.
So Specky needs this to force a game 3. Zelda with a win would move on to the semi-final.
So Zelda needs the ether to not be here. And at this point, what else is there? There's tile room in GT? Is that it? Is that all we got?
Tile room.
Because Specks is going to go into Swamp Palace, and if Ether is there, he's going to leave with it and never come back. And Zelda's going to full clear this looking for Mitts and Ether. Mitts not being here.
Best case scenario for Zelda is that it is absolutely deep in here.
It doesn't matter if it's deep in here.
Well, I mean, that way Specs doesn't nope out after like the first check.
I mean, yeah, I guess if it's on Argus, but he's still, Zelda still
Right.
needs Mitts. And,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a good scenario here for Zelda either way, and
No.
Specs is going to go right into this Swamp Palace as well.
I mean, you have to. Isn't Pet still available? I mean, yeah, but...
It is.
That doesn't help Zelda because he doesn't have the big key to desert to be able to
Oh,
pull
good.
the ped.
2 hearts in this dungeon, so Specky's going to be up to 18.
Yay.
Ether
there's
is
Ether.
there!
Yep, and if Zelda had his mitts, he'd be able to leave. He cannot leave because he doesn't have the mitts. So yeah, this is Spex's to lose, and
So
we're gonna
buckle
probably have
up.
a game 3.
Buckle up, friends. We are likely at this stage to have a game 3 between these two fantastic runners in this community. Because that will be go mode for Specs if Specs is properly tracking the entrances, and we do know that that will be the last one available. And what was I... And you and I were making some sort of comment off the air about something to do with a 3-hour seed, Tracy?
It's not. It won't be a 3-hour seed. We're fine. This is fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're gonna be closing in on a 3-hour broadcast at this rate.
I got plenty of time to get ready for the next race. I'm planning on calling elsewhere
I can't believe you're planning on doing a double header.
because you've never done that before.
Mitts are on dig game. 1 dig to get those mitts. And here is go mode for Specky. Once Specky gets to the Turtle Rock entrance, where we know Skullwoods has to be at this point.
To put it in full perspective, the pod entrance is the arrow game in the Dark World. So Zelda just did pod without the Moon Pearl, full cleared it, and never went back for dig game and Stumpy. He's got it's not a miss mark, to be clear. I'm looking at his tracker. They're bright green squares. He knows they're available. I think
Yep.
this is a matter of I was so late to the Moon Pearl that if that's the answer, I would have lost anyway. And I guess at this point that is true now. But if he'd had mitts a little bit earlier, then we would have still had a race.
Yep, so just as a recap for those people that are just tuning in here at this stage, you needed to get to the right side via Bunny Walk to get to the right side of the mountain to get your sword. So you could go to Moldorm at the Tower of Hera, get your mirror. That way you could get your Cane of Samaria. So that way you could go to Vitreous, who had your Moon Pearl. Ain't Crosskeys fun, Tracy?
Love
Here is Skull Woods.
Is left side here going to have a sword for Zelga?
I mean, if the memes want to come true. Not even a sword in Swamp Palace.
Not
What are
even.
with the memes? All right, there we are. We can head to the Lost Woods, defeat Ganon.
But yeah, the hard commitment of Zelda to not do a dig game, just pretty much is the story. Because he didn't do, because if he gets went looking in Swamp Palace for the mitts. He went looking in the GT climb for the mitts. He went looking Full Clear Swamp Palace for the mitts, like all these other places. And I think he's finally this might finally be a dig game Stumpy. I don't know. This could be a ped check as well. I'm pretty sure the Desert Big Key's behind the mitts.
Zelga's just turned on his head. But it doesn't really matter at this point in time. This series is going to go to a deciding game 3.
Yeah, Specks already in phase 3 of Ganon with Tempered Sword and Silvers. This is not a difficult fight at all.
There's
that's
your
for the
Desert
Desert
Big Key. So this will distract Zelga from getting it, and Zelga won't know where the mitts are at this point.
Yeah, he's not gonna. Yeah, this will be done in a few seconds anyway.
Well, if we don't miss the arrow like that or get knocked down, all right, let's not have that happen. Refresh and
is this where we
don't let
do
that
the number
ruin
of Ganon falls that it's gonna take for?
Nah, no. Let's get
That
your
was never
GG's
gonna
in
happen.
chat as Specks is gonna force this the entire distance. We're going to a game 3.
You know what they say about game 3s in speed running and randomizers. No
They're
better
the
words.
Best thing out there. 2:16:38. Way to go, Specky.
Yeah, and the
One
DNF from
dig.
Zelda.
Yeah.
Yep,
at
one
this
dig in the
point,
dig game.
cash
He knows
out.
it's the mitts. He knows. I mean, at this point, he's got like 3 places left for the mitts.
Yeah, and he's getting the answer via the race room, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, he's checking right now.
Yeah.
And here's the dig game for Zelda.
All right. Pain and misery in 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Have a good
Little
day.
does he know that he did need to go to Swamp Palace too. So
Specky Specks GG's.
Thank you for the GG's, Rick.
Yeah, GG's.
The mitts
And thank you,
made
Tracy.
the difference. And also, hi, Zelga.
GG's, Zelda.
GG's.
Hi, Zelga.
So-
GG's.
First of all, I'm going to ask, before we get to any other part of this conversation, how about that Moon Pearl chain?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was something for sure.
Oh, hey, Pet has a sword.
Oh,
Yep.
of course. I guess now we know where all of our swords are. Great,
Oh my
fantastic,
God.
wonderful. This game is wonderful. The first sword being on the right side of the mountain that you had to take the connector via the Elder. So I guess the first question is to Zelga. What prompted you not to check the entrances in the Dark World, including the Elder at that point? Did you have other...
Like,
you had other options
South
to go
Dark
at that
World?
point?
I hate bunny walking. So like I got spit out at the Bonk Rocks there.
Yep.
And so I checked the bomb shop and then the Lake Hylia shop, and then I just save quit. Like there is no,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna walk down to the swamp entrance. I almost did, but I was choosing, do I want to do swamp or do I want to do the bomb shop? And I just said, well, let's do the bomb shop because I was not doing both. I was absolutely save quitting, and I just never got there.
Yeah, little did you know that was the path that you absolutely needed in order to get to the Moon Pearl via that sword that gets you up to the mountain, or not mountain, get you up to Moldorm to get that mirror. What did you think when you picked up that mirror, Specky?
I'm like, you could have beaten this a little bit sooner with the hammer out of logic. But then I'm like, I feel like you don't because you want hookshot to go back to Moldorm. So I don't know. I felt awful. I figured the seed sucks so much and there's so many decision points. Well, like when you win a 1v1 between like Zelga and I, where you have to be a bit aggressive. You can't just play safe versus someone like Zelga. And Zelga knows the same versus me. So I know both of us would have had to make a few aggressive calls. So I knew that it would have meant in this seed, it would have bitten. I got bitten in some spots, but I'm also like, Zelga probably got bitten in some spots in the early, basically, up until Pearl-ish, at hour and a half into the seed. But I felt like Zelga was more likely to be ahead because of my couple mistakes, mostly with Ice Palace. And just Zelga normally being, I'd say, better at late Pearl seeds in bunny walking on average to myself, based off what I've seen of Zelga in finish times and watching him play. So I felt like I was behind at the end. So at the end, I was playing for, like, against the odds in a sense, trying to find a way to win.
So, let's talk about that Ice Palace. First of all, I do want to give you kudos on that Cold Stare fight with only, what was that, 5 hearts and just a hammer and a prayer to your name. So I get to give you kudos to that fight. That was well done. Secondly, what happened when you wound up getting the Hyrule Castle Small at the Penegators? Did you just didn't think you had enough to get through to more of the dungeon?
Yeah, I made 2 mistakes. One, I messed up the bomb shots in that room and ended up racing bombs. And then I didn't feel as good about getting to the rest of the dungeon safely. I just messed that room up. Then my bomb count was a little low, and I'm like, I can make this, but it's gonna be on the edge. And then I saw High Castle Small, which I know put the lamp in logic, and I had not checked the old man connector, old man rescue connector, or save and quit connector, and I'm like, that's in logic. I have some other things. I think I'm gonna mess up Ice Palace and not get to the very end of all the logical checks. I'll just leave. I'll follow that lamp. It was kind of a fika. If I hadn't executed that room, I would have stayed.
Okay, that makes sense. Zelga, you've been dodging that blue mail up on the top of Bumper Cave all the entire
More than
scene.
half a dozen times you dodged that blue mail. It became a bit of a meme.
It's terrible death warping, and I was clearly going to be bunny walking for the next hour, so I'm very
No,
glad.
it totally made sense. I was a little surprised that once he had a mirror and could pick it up, I guess he still had a bunny revive possibility.
You still had to kill. You still had to die without the Moon Pearl, but
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
yeah,
But it was
this
very
seed was just absolutely awful at the very beginning. Like when you're talking about two wonderful runners in this tournament, taking an hour 20, an hour 40. Because Zelga, you got your Moon Pearl at the 99-minute mark of this seed. That says something.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, I knew I had taken my time doing other things in the process. Like, getting that pure pearl was my 5th crystal, and I had Trinex beatable for 6.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like, I know that's still a super late pearl, and that if you had it earlier, you could have done the Dark World stuff so much more efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, it just became a battle of figuring out where Skullwood's back was going to be, because we still had several entrances to go. And I think in the case here with Zelga, it was just unfortunate that in the end, it turned out to be the mitts are only required for one thing, to get to the back of Skullwoods at TR front.
Okay, so you did need Ether. I was at least wondering about that. Is that what Specks Go mode was?
Yeah, I was trying to fight Ether for a while.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, you needed Ether to not be in Swamp Palace, because at that point, we knew Specs was just going to leave with it, and you would keep looking for the myths.
Well, it was also a problem in that I just completely forgot the back of Saha existed. Like I mentioned, I had 5 crystals and a 6th available with the pearl. So when I'm just Skullwoods and a sword for Go mode at that point, I was not doing anything that wasn't kind of on the path towards entrances, including Dig Game, Stumpy, and back of Saha, apparently.
Yeah,
That makes sense to me.
It makes sense. And we knew it wasn't a matter of forgetting. It just I wondered if perhaps just the fact that you were in that area as a bunny and had done pod and just didn't want to go back because of it until you needed an item. And then at some point, it just became you needed mitts, and there were other more dense locations like Climb and Skullwoods and all that other stuff.
Yep, that's pretty much exactly what it was. Yeah.
Go ahead, Specky.
I was basically just gonna say that this obviously the seed was gross all throughout. It's not the kind of seed I want to play. I was gonna say I don't want to 1v1 this type of seed, but really I don't want to play this type of seed ever, because like the bounty walk in the early game, the logic to get the pearl, where you had to dive dungeons in the connectors, it just always felt bad. And like, 1v1 versus Zelda, you want to be able to be aggressive, as I said earlier. So it's kind of rough. And then the late game, it was like, oh, we're basically almost Go mode now. But you know Pod Big and a couple other items could be anywhere. You haven't found Skullwood, so it's like, you feel awful if you leave anything behind, but you feel like you're playing the game wrong if you don't kind of Go mode like Zelga mentioned, because I was wanting to do the same thing, because I felt like I felt behind and I wanted to skip. It's a rough seed. I'm glad this one's over.
And guess what? You get to play one more against each other. Have you worked out a plan for game 3, or is that still to be determined?
We haven't talked about it at all, but I'm sure it won't be a problem getting it scheduled.
No, as long as you use schedules, it'll probably be next week. I could play this a couple nights, but our opponent won't be available. We probably have an opponent in the bracket until a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. So no reason to rush game 3, I think.
Well, either way, I'll be looking forward to watching it. It'll be fun.
And I'll be looking forward to watching it as well. I definitely knew I needed to be called for at least one of these races, especially given how much I knew Zelga throughout the years, and Specky, of course, us meeting up in week number 1 and having several conversations based off that game 1. This was a delight to call, and I hope you all enjoy the watch back, despite the craziness that this seed made you do.
Yeah, thank you, Rick, and thanks. Also, thanks for questioning me game 1. That really motivated me to step it up. Have to game
you certainly did
harder. But thanks for the comms and the nice words, Rick. Thanks for the comms, Tracy and Tracky, Rocky, and Tom and Zelga. The seats suck, but I'm glad we're going to get to have a game 3. Either way it goes, I'll be excited to either play or watch semifinals.
Yeah, I'd basically just echo all that. Thank you for helping put on the restream, whether commentary, tracking, restream. I really appreciate it. And big GG's to Specs. I would say this is actually a type of seat I love to play in like a pickup race or a ladder or something like that. But 1v1 tourney, yeah, this was not the ideal experience.
Yeah,
That totally
yeah,
makes
I
sense.
get that. Yeah.
All right, thanks to you both, and good luck in Game 3. And I guess at this point, we turn it back over to Tom.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you very much, Tom. Take it away.
All right. Thank you, everyone, coming out to watch. Thank you both for a great race. Combs, thank you for coming. Rocky, who took off, thank you for helping me track. We're out of here. We're heading to ZSR2. We're doing some Majora's Mask randomizer. So that's where we're going. Have a good rest of your day, everyone.